The movie begins inside a dark underground tunnel. A priest named Father Ted enters the place, and it looks like he is performing some kind of ritual. But during the ritual, Father Ted suddenly hears a strange growling sound. It does not sound human at all. It feels like the growl of a demon. Hearing this, Father Ted becomes shocked and frightened. After this, the scene shifts to a church institute where a sister is performing a ritual on a young girl. The girl is taken into a room with her eyes blindfolded. Inside that room, the girl picks up a mirror. The moment she holds it, she begins to experience strange hallucinations. This vision takes us into the first story of the movie. In the girl's vision, we see two women sitting together in a dark room and watching a movie on television. One of them is an old woman, and the other is a young girl. It is revealed that the old woman knew the young girl's mother very well, but the girl's mother is no longer alive. As both of them sit there, the young girl suddenly feels like someone is silently watching her. She becomes very scared. But the old woman sitting beside her tells her not to worry. She says that whatever the girl is feeling is only happening inside her mind, and it has nothing to do with reality. The old woman then explains that the same thing happened to her when she was young. Back then, the young girl's mother had helped her through it. She also tells the girl about a book she once read. According to that book, the world around a person can start appearing the same way as their thoughts. The old woman says that just like every human being has an angel, every human being also has a demon. If a person keeps thinking negatively all the time, that demon becomes stronger. And if sadness controls the person completely, then the demon can dominate them. So, the old woman tells the girl not to let her thoughts control her and to keep herself happy. But then she says that if the demon has already started dominating her, as she can see in the girl's condition now, there is one ritual that can help. She explains that the girl's mother never believed in such rituals, but the old woman believes in them because according to her, that ritual once cured her completely. Then the old woman explains how the ritual works. The first method is done through spells. The second method is manifestation. The third method is hidden from us. And the fourth method is revelation. After this, the ritual begins. The old woman gives a mirror to the young girl. As soon as the girl speaks the spells, she sees a demon inside the mirror. Terrified, she throws the mirror away. But right after that, her dead mother appears in front of her. The girl cannot understand how this is possible. Her mother comes close and whispers in her ear, telling her that she is finally free. But in the next moment, her mother turns back into the same old woman. Suddenly, the old woman stabs the young girl in the stomach. The girl faints immediately. When she regains consciousness, she quickly checks her stomach. The knife mark is still there, but strangely, there is no bleeding. Horrified, the young girl picks up a hammer to protect herself. She slowly goes down to the lounge and sees the old woman sitting there, calmly watching television. This shocks her even more. When she goes near and tries to speak to the old woman, she notices something disturbing. The old woman is sitting completely still. She does not respond, and she does not move at all. Only then does the young girl realize that she has been trapped in some other world. Something is terribly wrong, and she has no idea how to escape. Soon, the truth becomes clearer. The old woman had deliberately tricked the girl into performing an offering ritual. Because of that ritual, the young girl is now trapped in serious danger. Suddenly, the girl begins vomiting blood. She panics and screams, unable to understand what is happening to her body. The young girl has been deceived by the old woman. Now, there is no way back because she has fallen into the hands of demons. Then we learn that the young girl's name is Sarah. In the next scene, we return to the church institute. There, a detective is speaking to a sister about an orphan girl who had been kidnapped by Father Ted. The detective explains that Father Ted used to perform strange and disturbing rituals on this girl. He tells the sister that they must protect her now because she never deserved what happened to her. After saying this, the detective leaves. Then the sister brings the orphan girl to her room, where she will now be staying. After some time, we see the strange girl having flashbacks of the same underground tunnel from where the detective rescued her. In that memory, she sees that a demon was with her, and now it seems like that same demon has possessed her. The next day, the sister comes to the orphan girl and gently tells her not to worry. She says that whatever trauma she is carrying and whatever negative effects are affecting her mind, they will remove them together. After this, the sister takes the girl for another ritual and blindfolds her. Now it becomes clear that this is connected to the same scene we saw at the beginning of the movie. We also understand the purpose of the strange room, where several demon-related objects are kept. Every object in that room is connected to some dark entity. Whatever object this orphan girl touches, she receives a vision related to that entity or the person connected to it. That means the story we see in the movie is actually the vision she experiences through these objects. The mirror she touched earlier was one such object. These objects are called totems. If a demon that is bound to one of these objects manages to locate its totem, it can either be freed from its prison or regain its full power. That is why, inside this church institute, students are exposed to these totems. Through visions, they learn the hidden history behind each object and the demonic force connected to it. Now, the orphan girl picks up another totem from the room. She is made to do this so the demonic entity connected to that object can be understood, and the hidden history behind the totem can be revealed. The moment she touches the new object, another vision appears before her. In this vision, we see a pregnant woman in a horrifying condition. She is bleeding badly, and even more tragically, she is tied to a bed. The person who tied her there is none other than her own husband. The woman cries in pain and begs for water. Her husband forces her to drink, but at the same time, he also tries to kill her. But this woman is not ready to give up so easily. She kicks him away and slowly crawls out of the room, fighting for her life. However, the man is still alive. Soon, we see that the woman's baby has come into the world, but the cruel man takes that innocent child's life. Then, a terrifying truth is revealed. This woman has not given birth to an ordinary baby. She has brought a demon's child into the world. But every time a demonic child is born, the man kills it before it can live. After this, we see that the woman is going to become a mother again. At that moment, a devil with a distorted face appears. The devil commands the woman's husband and tells him that this time, he must baptize the newborn baby with his own blood. Hearing this, the man seems to become possessed. He cuts his own throat, and blood spreads everywhere. Then, another child of the demon is born. This child is named 666. This means that before this baby, 665 demonic children had already been born, and the man had killed every one of them. But finally, the demon's child is in his hands. He lifts the baby with pride. It is a baby girl. With this, the vision ends, and we return to the same ritual room. The orphan girl, who has seen all of this, becomes deeply disturbed and starts crying. Later, the orphan girl has a terrifying dream. In the dream, she sees Father Ted trying to attack her. But before he can harm her, a demon attacks him. The demon kills Father Ted by strangling him with terrifying strength. Father Ted is unable to fight back, and the orphan girl suddenly wakes up in fear. After this, the sister comes to the girl. Now we learn that the orphan girl's name is Ellie. The sister holds Ellie's hand and tells her that she may be able to identify which entity is inside her. She asks Ellie if she can hold her hand. Ellie also wants to know what kind of entity is living inside her and refusing to let her live peacefully. So she allows the sister to hold her hand. The sister then senses something horrifying. There is a very dangerous demonic presence inside Ellie. The moment the sister realizes this, she becomes frightened and quickly leaves. She runs to the other sisters and warns them that Ellie should not be kept in the institute. She says there is a horrific presence inside Ellie, and it may be dangerous for everyone. But the other sisters refuse to abandon Ellie. They tell her that their duty is to help anyone who comes to their institute in pain, fear, or need. They say they cannot step back just because the situation is dangerous. They must help Ellie in the best way they can. After this, Ellie is once again sent into the same room, hoping that the entity inside her can somehow be suppressed. This time, Ellie picks up a key. Now, the story connected to this key begins. In the next vision, we see a Muslim household, where a husband and wife are living together. The husband is deeply worried because he believes that something evil is living inside his wife. To remove that entity, he calls a spiritual healer. The healer tells him that he will not charge too much money and will only take a reasonable fee, Then the healer sends the husband outside to bring something. While the husband is away, the healer goes near the wife and attaches wires to her body. The spiritual healer is actually a fraud. He only pretends to perform rituals using the name of Islam, but in reality, he is deceiving desperate people for money. As soon as the woman's husband returns, the fake healer starts giving electric shocks to the woman using his feet. Because of the shocks, her body begins shaking violently. The healer then tells the husband to look carefully, claiming that he has freed his wife from the demons. After this, the husband goes into the kitchen. The fake healer follows him and asks for his money, but the husband tells him that he does not believe the demon has truly been removed from his wife. Still, the husband gives him the money. While taking it, the healer notices a key inside the husband's pocket. Soon, we understand what that key is for. The healer goes back into the room where the wife is tied to the bed. Her hands are restrained, and she is helplessly begging him for help. The healer tries to free her. At that moment, her husband enters the room and tries to stop him. But the healer tells him not to be so cruel to his own wife. He tells the husband to look at her condition because she has become extremely weak. But suddenly, without warning, the woman grabs a knife and stabs her husband to death. The fake healer becomes shocked, but he still takes the woman and tries to escape from the house. As both of them are leaving, the healer suddenly sees something impossible. The same husband, who was just killed, is standing perfectly fine in the kitchen, calmly cutting something. In a normal voice, the husband says that Allah sent the healer to this religion, but the healer betrayed God. He asks why the healer did not remain honest and why he chose the devil instead. The healer has no answer. He becomes confused and terrified. Then he notices that the woman he was trying to rescue has suddenly disappeared. He quickly goes back to the room to search for her. But when he removes the sheets from the bed, he sees something horrifying. Instead of that woman, his own daughter is lying there. Seeing this, the fake healer breaks down and starts crying. He begs the entity to leave his daughter alone. Then the man's wife appears and tells him that he is here because he betrayed God. She says that if his faith had been strong, maybe God would have supported him. But now, it is too late. As she says this, the healer's daughter disappears. Then the healer turns around and sees the dead body of the woman's husband. Now he realizes the man really did die earlier. So the person who was talking to him just now was not human at all. Terrified, the healer tries to leave the room. But when he looks outside, he sees only endless darkness. There is no normal world waiting for him anymore. With this, the vision ends. After seeing this vision, Ellie's condition starts getting worse. The entity inside her is not ready to surrender so easily. Once again, it begins taking control of her. Without wasting any time, the ritual is started again. Ellie is sent back into the room, and this time, she picks up a cross-shaped locket that is usually worn around the neck. The moment she holds it, another vision begins. In this vision, we see a deeply religious household. 3 women are holding each other's hands and praying together for a happy life. But one of the women looks extremely nervous. She is not happy in her married life, and she feels as if her husband is cheating on her. The main character of this vision is a woman named Alice. After seeing the disturbed prayer session, Alice feels uneasy and goes to the washroom to relax for a moment. But when she returns, the women who are praying are no longer there. The place is suddenly empty. Then Alice notices a baby monitor in the lounge. She had kept it there to watch over her daughter. Through the monitor, Alice hears the voice of the same community leader who was leading the prayer earlier. But when she quickly goes to her baby's room, no one is there. Even though the room is empty, voices are still coming from the monitor. Alice becomes frightened and starts searching the entire house for her daughter, but she cannot find her anywhere. This makes her wonder whether she has entered some other dimension, or whether some invisible veil is covering her eyes and stopping her from seeing the truth. Alice runs back to the lounge. There, she suddenly sees the same 4 women standing before her. They look at her seriously and tell her to confess whatever she has been doing in her life. Nervously, Alice begins saying that she does not give enough time to her husband and that she is not a good mother. But the women tell her that this is not what they want to hear. They ask her to reveal the real sin she has been hiding. Then one of the women comes closer and shows Alice her cross-shaped locket. She says this locket was found with another man, someone who is not Alice's husband. The woman tells Alice to confess the truth connected to it. Finally, Alice accepts it. She admits that she has been cheating on her husband. After hearing this, the community leader gives Alice a book. Alice starts reading it, but the book suddenly falls from her hands. This book is meant for forgiveness. It is a book of repentance, made for those who want to confess their sins and seek mercy. When the community leader sees that Alice is unable to read the book, she becomes furious. She takes the other women with her and starts attacking Alice. Alice struggles hard and somehow breaks free from their grip to save her life. But then, one of the women realizes that what they are doing is wrong. She says they should not hurt Alice like this, and that torturing someone is not the right way. In fear, she tries to call the police. But before she can do anything, the community leader attacks her and knocks her unconscious. After this, the 3 remaining women go toward Alice's room. The community leader is holding a large knife in her hand. When she enters the room, she sees Alice hiding under a sheet. She slowly removes the sheet, planning to attack Alice and force her to understand her sin. But the moment she sees Alice's face, the situation becomes even worse. Alice is possessed. Her eyes have turned completely white, and her face looks terrifying, almost like a demon. Seeing this, the women become frightened, and the vision fades out. Ellie is not as disturbed by this vision as before. But when the blindfold is removed from her eyes, she suddenly feels as if she has gone blind. She panics badly, believing that her eyes are gone. But later, it becomes clear that the demon was only trying to scare her. It wanted Ellie to believe that she could never defeat it. In reality, Ellie's eyes are still there, and nothing has happened to them. After this, we see the main sister again. She is the one trying to discover which entity is living inside Ellie. While reading an old book, she begins to understand the truth. The demonic entity inside Ellie is not an ordinary demon. It is the gatekeeper of hell. The book reveals that this demon is bound to the world through a cross. It wants to be free, but it does not yet have its full power. To become powerful and do whatever it wants, the demon must destroy that cross. And that cross is present inside the same room where Ellie is sent again and again. Now the sister understands why the rituals kept failing. The demon inside Ellie wanted her to keep returning to that room, so that Ellie could eventually find the cross. After learning this, the sister becomes terrified. But the other sisters tell her that they have already come too far, and they cannot turn back now. So, once again, they send Ellie into the room. This time, Ellie picks up a blood-covered strap. The moment she touches it, another vision begins. In this new story, we see a family of 4. A husband, a wife, their son, and their daughter. Their daughter is possessed, and because of this, they have tied her up inside a room. The family calls a priest to examine her. The husband does not trust the priest at all, but his wife convinces him to allow it. She also shows the priest the scars on their son's body, caused by their daughter's attack. The mother begs the priest to check her daughter once. So, the priest enters the girl's room and sees that her hands have been tied with cloth straps. But then, something strange happens. The priest takes out his phone and searches for exorcism prayers online. This proves that he is not a real priest. If he truly knew how to perform an exorcism, he would not need to search for it on his phone. Still, he begins acting like he is performing the ritual. After a while, he tells the family that there is nothing wrong with their daughter. He says she is perfectly fine and not possessed at all. Then he unties her hands and hugs her. But at that moment, the girl whispers in his ear, asking him to forgive her. Suddenly, the entire family transforms into demons. They attack and kill the fake priest. After this, the possessed girl's mother becomes normal again. She picks up the blood-covered strap from her daughter's hands and throws it into the garbage outside. But in the garbage, there are many more straps. This reveals that this was not the first priest who came to their house.
Many other priests had also visited before, but all of them were imposters. They did not know how to perform a real exorcism.
Maybe this was the punishment for pretending to be holy without truly having faith or knowledge. Now Ellie finally understands what the demon inside her wants. It wants the cross. She immediately starts searching for it. Soon, the demon inside Ellie begins trying to destroy the cross. Outside the room, the sisters are anxiously waiting for Ellie. The main sister quickly enters and catches Ellie. She forces her to lie down. Then all the sisters come together and raise the cross over Ellie's body. Because of this, the demon inside Ellie is sent directly back to hell before it can gain full power. This means Ellie is finally free. There is no demon inside her anymore. At the end of the movie, we see that Ellie has become a normal girl again. She is happy, peaceful, and safe. We also learn that Ellie has an aunt who is still alive, and she is going to stay with her from now on. Before leaving, Ellie warmly thanks the sister and gives her a heartfelt hug. With this, the movie ends. The deeper meaning of this story is that every human being experiences both good and bad things in life. A person slowly becomes a reflection of the choices they make. If someone keeps choosing darkness, dishonesty, cruelty, or sin, the evil within them becomes stronger, and that evil slowly pushes them further down the same path. But the end of that path is never good. We saw this through every story, whether it was the fake spiritual healer, the false priest, or anyone else who was dishonest with their role. The movie shows that when a person betrays faith, trust, or responsibility, they cannot escape the consequences forever. I hope you learned a powerful message from this movie. Until then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.